So the church in Italy was an important patron of the art. It was centered in Italy as well. And the last reason is the ancient Rome. So Italians had long lived in the ruin of ancient Rome, and they viewed themselves as the direct descendants of the citizens of the earlier. So these are the three reasons. So these three factors made that the early and high Renaissance are developed in Italy. Now we will see the great masters of the Renaissance. There are three masters. Can you guess who they are? They're so popular.
Michelangelo.
Yes. Michelangelo, yes. And who else?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
No, wait, no, not
Leonardo
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio, yes. Yeah, I wish.
I said
I
Leonardo.
know.
I said Leonardo.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, that one, not DiCaprio.
Leonardo da Vinci, and then Raphael. Yes, Raphael. These three masters. We will see them.
So basically the Ninja Turtles.
Huh?
So basically the Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is the first master, Leonardo da Vinci, not DiCaprio. So Leonardo da Vinci was a painter, sculptor, poet, architect, engineer, scientist, not yet finished, musician, and all-round intellectual. So Leonardo da Vinci is the artist who most embodies the term Renaissance man. So many people consider him to have been the greatest genius who ever lived. He was possessed of a brilliant and inquiring mind that accepted no limits. He was very interested in human body, like a skeleton, muscles, organ, etc. He anatomized dead bodies to study skeletal system, muscle, and excuse me, even organs and pregnancy. So this is the Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. He depicted the consternation that occurred among the 12 apostles when Jesus announced that one of them would betray him. Leonardo da Vinci used perspective technique to show an implied space on the two-dimensional surface. In this painting, he used one-point linear perspective with vanishing point here on the center of the implied space. This is a good perspective technique for compacting many objects in a limited space. These are sketches to study one-point perspective by Leonardo da Vinci. And this is a drawing to show the one-point perspective with the human body proportion. And this is Mona Lisa, which is an oil painting on a wood panel by Leonardo da Vinci. So probably the world's most famous painting. So the painting was one of the first portraits to depict the theater in front of imaginary landscape, and Leonardo was one of the first painters to use aerial perspective. Behind her, a vast landscape recedes to icy mountains, a winding path, and a distant bridge give only the slightest indications of a human presence. And Leonardo had chosen to place the horizon line not at the neck, but on a level with the eyes, thus linking the figure with the landscape and emphasizing the mysterious nature of the painting. And the next master of the Renaissance is Michelangelo. So Michelangelo is beyond legend. So his name means Archangel Michael. So he began serious work as an artist at the age of 13 and did not stop until death claimed him 76 years later. His equal may never be seen again, for only a particular time and place could have bred the genius of Michelangelo. Michelangelo was Leonardo's rival. He began his career in Florence, but also worked in Rome. So this is his beautiful work, David Statue. So Michelangelo had established his reputation sculptor by the age of 25 by this sculpture, the David Statue. And this is not a simple restatement of Greek art. He studied the human anatomy and had dissected corpses, and he translated his knowledge into a figure and that seems to be made of muscle and flesh and bone, though all in marble. That's the point. It doesn't look like made in marble. It looks natural. This is amazing. And this is a masterpiece. Can you believe it? He painted all this, single paintings on the.
I know that was time consuming.
Yeah. You know what? After he finished this painting, his neck landed like this. Because
Wow.
yes, because it took like 2 to 3 years. Because
Wow.
because it's a ceiling painting. He painted it like this. Yeah. This is amazing. So Michelangelo embarked on this, masterpieces, and that has become his best-known work, the ceiling frescoes of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican in Rome. He had been called to Rome by Pope Julius II, who wanted the artist to design his tomb, a large monument with numerous sculptures and paintings. And you know what? These little things are all paintings. These are not sculptures. These are all paintings. Can you believe it?
From the Bible, right?
Yeah. These are not sculptures. These are all paintings. He's crazy.
That's a lot of detail.
Yeah. And these are all the Bible stories. I attached the link in the Moodle room, so please watch the video about the detail stories with the about the all the painting story. Please watch it. The Adam, and this is Adam. So amazing. I love this painting. Please watch it. This is going to be fun now. It has all the single stories. And the ceiling frescoes were immediate success. And Michelangelo continued as a papal favorite. And Pope Paul III encouraged the sculptor to work as an architect. In 1546, Paul named Michelangelo the official architect of the new St. Peter's, one of the 4 most important churches in Rome. So this is it. And by the time he began work on the project, Michelangelo was an old man, well into his 70s. He physically tired, but his creative vigor was undiminished. Michelangelo did not live to see his church finished. So this magnificent central dome was completed after his death by another architect. So there is a video to show the beautiful church in this in the model room. Please watch it to see the inside and outside of the church in detail. Please watch it. And Raphael. So Raphael is the last master of the Renaissance. He was a slightly younger rival of Michelangelo. His work is admired for its clarity of form, ease of composition, and visual achievement of the Neoplatonic ideal of human grandeur.
Professor,
Yes?
what about the Italian sculptor Donatello?
Oh, I love Donatello, but we are not going to see it today.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. Please research him, on your own.
Okay.
Yes, but he is amazing artist. So looks familiar with this, right? So this is Raphael's the most famous painting, the School of Athens. So this painting is in the new St. Peter's Church, which was the Michelangelo's last work, the church. The nearly every great Greek philosopher is present in this work, including the 2 main subjects located at the fresco's central vanishing point here, Plato and his student Aristotle. And some of the ancient philosophers resemble Raphael's contemporaries. In one of his earliest works, Raphael painted 3 of the graces from classical mythology. And this painting is best known for the 2 winged angels at the very bottom here of the composition. This Sistine Madonna is an oil painting that was commissioned in 1512 by Pope Julius II for the Church of San Sisto. And upon its completion in 1512, this rendering of Pope Julius II was unlike any previous papal portrait. Usually popes were painted frontally or kneeling in profile. The Pope was not frontally and not in profile. And also exceptional was the facial expression, showing the subject lost in thought. And this oil painting was produced in 1505 in Venice, Madonna del Prado. This painting exemplifies a religious theme. It depicts Mother Mary with Jesus Christ and John the Baptist. In the painting, Mary is guarding the 2 children. Compared to the previous 2 masters, Raphael's painting were very soft and smooth, and it makes viewers feel comfortable to see. So scholars generally date the end of the High Renaissance in Italy to the death of Raphael in 1520. Of the various artistic trends that emerged, the one that has interested art historians most is known as Mannerism. So the late Renaissance in Italy is called Mannerism. The word Mannerism comes from the Italian maniera, meaning style or stylishness, and it was originally used to suggest that these painters practiced an art of grace and sophistication. And later critics characterized Mannerism as a decadent reaction against the order and balance of the High Renaissance. So left one is Michelangelo's painting, and the right one is Mannerism. In other words, the late Renaissance's painting. So what's the difference? Can you see the difference? And can you see the similarity?
Similarity is like a body being held.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The difference is like the coloring.
Uh-huh. Colors, yes. It's a little bit darker, yes.
The similarities, they got like a dark theme to it.
I see. Yes, yes, that's right. Yes. So we can easily find the similarity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So today, most scholars agree that Mannerism actually grew out of possibilities suggested by the work of high Renaissance artists, especially Michelangelo, whose influence on the next generation was enormous. So look at the left images. So these are Michelangelo's the ceiling paintings from the Sistine Chapel in Vatican. So compared to the other two masters like Leonardo or Raphael, Michelangelo's painting style is a little bit more exaggerated, right? And now look at the right painting. So this is the Mannerism painting from the late Renaissance. So it's pretty much persuaded that Mannerism grew out of Michelangelo's style. So compared to the art that came before it, works in the late phase of the Renaissance are often depicted in Mannerism, which tends to feature compositions that are more chaotic and emphasize movement and possesses greater emotional intensity. The successes of the High Renaissance could not be revealed. Renaissance, Raphael, and Michelangelo were thought to have achieved perfection in the arts. Artists were faced with the predicament of where to go from there. In reaction, instead of harmony, many artworks stressed dissonance. Distortion and disproportion were intentionally used to emphasize certain anatomical features and themes rather than mathematically precise depictions. Artists created ambiguous spaces with multiple focal points. That's mannerism. And the Renaissance became widespread in North Europe. So there is a video about the Renaissance in the North Europe in the model room. So please watch it to see diverse and beautiful Renaissance work of art. So I hope you enjoy to see the Renaissance masters' beautiful works through this chapter. So that's it for this chapter. And let's see today's discussion. All right, so this is today's discussion on 11.1.